So, with your appreciation for art that you have, would you say when making a comic, what's more important, the art? Like, do you need to
Ah,
have good art to make a good comic, or can the
the
art?
question of the century.
Yeah, like because you have a very what I would call refined style, and it's not like just super hyper realism or anything, but it's definitely it's a respectable, and I would say it's really good. So I
Thank you.
was like, do you think someone has to have really good art, that level of art, or do you think it's
Uh,
like it's just about the storytelling?
I mean, at the end of the day, comic books are about the story. I mean, you're essentially reading the comic book because you're enjoying the story. I mean,
Hmm.
there's a lot of very well drawn comic books that are utter shit story
Yes.
wise, and you're not going to keep reading it just because they're pretty pictures on the page. But I think it's sort of like finding a balance. I mean, it just depends of whether you're more of a writer person or an artist person. It just depends really. But
Yeah.
um, I think with in my case, I take drawing and I take art very seriously, but I want to incorporate that into my writing as well. You know, and even if I don't like writing as much as drawing, I have to be that. I have to be that disciplined in order to make a good product. And I think
Hmm.
it's the same the other way around. If you like to be a writer and you're very diligent about your craft, well, if you like to draw, I mean, because there are only writers and only artists sometimes, but if you want to draw as well, why don't incorporate that discipline that you have for writing into your art? And I never really understood this kind of like dilemma of, you know, uh, what's more important. It's why not why not be the best version that you can be in both aspects,
Hmm.
because I think a lot of people use that to just self-justify they're not as good as artist as he or she can be. I think it's just to make it simple is just if you're serious about the craft that you want to engage in, be serious about the other aspect of it as well. You know, um, unless you can pay an artist or you can pay a writer, but yeah, it's just try to be the best version in both aspects. That's it.
Okay, so you agree with just always put your best foot forward. Always put your best foot.
Yeah, and of course do your own research and
Hmm.
try to have that kind of student mindset of I'm always learning. I'm not I'm not the master at anything. I'm
Hmm.
always learning, and that's the very best way to be a well-rounded artist. I think not get your ego to get the best of you, not let it get the best of you. Because
And
a lot of that in that question. I mean, I'm not talking about you personally, but when people ask that question, a lot of it, I think it's ego. Like, oh well, writing is more important because I'm a better writer, or drawing is more important because I'm a better artist. No, I mean, just have that mindset of a student. You don't know anything. You're always learning. That's it.
my whole thing with the artwork is because I tend to lean more so like, oh, this the story, your storytelling is what's going to matter. I tend to lean more that way just because I've
Yeah.
there's been there's been cartoons and comics where the art wasn't like the one behind. My directions are so messed up.
Uh,
That
a
yeah, there you go.
poster, you mean? Oh yeah,
It's a poster from Infinite Crisis for
yeah.
DC. Bit real nice picture. I have it on a T-shirt as well. People always compliment it. It's a
Is
real
that
nice
yours?
picture.
You did that illustration?
No.
Ah,
That's a no. That's a. I don't know who drew that actually, or I don't know who did the pencils and the inks and the
hmm.
colors. And there's 5 people touched that shit. I don't know, but like I've always leaned more so just like hey, so long as I can understand what's happening and I understand what's happening like and then some people will take it still. It's like even though it looks like this and you can understand what's happening, I'm doing
Whoops,
subtle
sorry.
things. Yeah, you good. I'm doing subtle things to tell another story within the art and not just
Yeah,
with bubbles. So like I tend to lean more so on storytelling, and what really helped me get to that point is, like you said, researching, exploring the wide array of art styles there are in the world, especially
yeah,
when it comes to comics or animation. There's so many different ways to tell to show something, and so it's like I think it sort of comes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's about just what's gonna make you happy, because I could draw something that looks like this, something really, a lot more refined and cool.
yeah,
But there was a while where I was doing doodle comics, and because it was just like I was just trying to see, let's see how people respond to it. Maybe I don't need to do as much as I'm doing to tell the story. Like, and so long as I'm still happy with the art, then that's great.
Come on, Benny, man. The kid is a L7 Weenie.